The mountain trembled softly, like it was breathing in fear. Deep inside a hidden cave, a tiny dragon named Emberlin curled his tail around a glowing crystal and whispered, "Mine." Outside, the valley waited in silence, unaware that this small dragon's selfish secret would soon decide everyone's fate. Emberlin was the smallest dragon ever born in the Firecrest Mountains. His wings were short, his flame was gentle, and his roar sounded more like a sigh. Because he was small, he learned early to hold on tightly to whatever he had, afraid it could be taken away. When the elders shared stories or food, Emberlin stayed back, guarding his shiny treasures and his glowing crystal, the one thing that made him feel powerful. Other creatures noticed. The mountain goats avoided him. The firebirds whispered. And one dragon, Blazon, never missed a chance to mock him. "Small dragon, small fire, small heart." Blazon laughed loudly. Emberlin pretended not to care, but each word burned deeper than fire. What Emberlin didn't know was that the glowing crystal he guarded was not meant to be owned. It was a heartstone, a magical gift of the mountain that kept the valley warm, fertile, and safe. As long as it was shared, the land thrived. But the longer Emberlin kept it hidden, the colder the valley grew. One night, the sky turned grey instead of gold. Crops froze. Rivers slowed. Baby animals shivered. Panic spread through the valley like smoke. The elders gathered and spoke in worried tones. "The Heartstone's warmth is fading," one said. "If it isn't returned, the valley will fall into endless winter." Emberlin heard every word from the shadows. His chest tightened. Thea whispered, "If you give it back, you'll have nothing." But another quieter voice whispered something new. "What if keeping it hurts everyone?" Before we go further, if you love magical stories filled with heart, life lessons, and gentle adventure, subscribe to Golden Storybell and ring the bell so you never miss a story that truly matters. As the cold worsened, Blazon took control. He gathered dragons and declared, "Power belongs to those who take, not share. I will rule this valley with strength alone." His fire roared, but instead of warmth, it brought fear. This was his revenge on a world that once doubted him. When Blazon discovered Emberlin had the Heartstone, his eyes gleamed. "Give it to me," he demanded. Emberlin shook. But for the first time, he didn't hide. "It doesn't belong to either of us," Emberlin said softly. Blazon laughed and lunged forward, knocking Emberlin aside and stealing the crystal. The moment Blazon touched it, the Heartstone cracked. Darkness rushed through the valley. Snow fell like ash. Blazon's fire flickered wildly, out of control. Emberlin watched in horror. This was his fault too. He had kept the crystal for himself when it was meant for everyone. Ignoring his fear, Emberlin flew into the storm. His tiny wings struggled, but his heart burned brighter than ever before. He reached Blazon, who was trapped by his own raging fire. Emberlin could have flown away. That would have been revenge. But instead, he did something no one expected. He shared his flame. Emberlin wrapped his small body around Blazon, letting his gentle fire calm the wild blaze. The cracked Heartstone responded, glowing again brighter than ever. The mountain shook, not in fear this time, but in relief. Warmth spread. Snow melted. Rivers flowed. The valley breathed again. Blazon collapsed, shocked. "Why help me?" he whispered. Emberlin smiled weakly. "Because keeping everything for yourself only makes you colder inside." The elders arrived, and placed the Heartstone back at the center of the valley, where its warmth could reach everyone. This time, Emberlin stood proudly beside it, not as an owner but as a guardian. From that day on, the valley changed. Food was shared. Stories were shared. Fire was shared. Emberlin grew not in size but in respect. And Blazon learned the hardest lesson of all. Real power comes from giving, not taking. As Emberlin flew above the warm valley, He finally understood the miracle. Sharing didn't make him smaller. It made him strong. If this story warmed your heart, comment below and tell us what sharing means to you. And please share this story with someone who needs a little magic and kindness today. This is Golden Storybell, where every story rings with meaning.